Good morning, everyone. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of motivating operations in behavior science. We'll explore the concepts of establishing and abolishing operations and how they play a crucial role in influencing motivation and behavior. I'm excited to share insights that will help us better understand and apply these principles effectively. Let's get started. Motivating operations, or MOs, are environmental events or conditions that temporarily change how effective a reinforcer or punisher is. This means that they can increase or decrease the value of something that encourages or discourages a behavior. Because of this shift in value, the behavior linked to those consequences also changes in how often it occurs. Understanding MOs is key to grasping how motivation isn't constant. It fluctuates depending on different circumstances. Essentially, MOs help us see how behavior can adapt based on changing environmental factors, giving us insight into the dynamic nature of motivation over time. Establishing operations, or EOs, play a crucial role in shaping behavior by increasing the effectiveness of reinforcers or punishers. Essentially, when an EO is present, it boosts the value of a consequence, making it more impactful. This heightened value, in turn, raises the likelihood that the behavior associated with that consequence will occur more frequently. In simpler terms, EOs work by enhancing motivation. They make certain outcomes either more appealing or more aversive, which directly influences how we act. Understanding this concept is key to effectively modifying behavior. Let's look at some examples of establishing operations in everyday life. First, food deprivation increases the reinforcing value of food. When you're hungry, eating becomes more motivating, so you're more likely to seek out and consume food. Another example is turning off your phone. When your phone is off, the value of checking messages goes up, making you more motivated to turn it back on. These examples highlight how establishing operations temporarily boost motivation, which in turn makes certain behaviors more likely to happen. This concept is crucial for understanding how motivation influences behavior in different situations. Abolishing operations, or AOs, play an important role in behavior analysis. Simply put, an AO decreases the effectiveness of a reinforcer or punisher. This means that when an AO is present, the value or appeal of a consequence is reduced. Because of this reduction in value, the behavior that is normally controlled or motivated by that consequence tends to happen less frequently at that moment. Essentially, AOs work by lowering motivation. They make certain outcomes less desirable if we're talking about reinforcement, or less unpleasant if it's about punishment. This helps explain why behaviors fluctuate depending on how valuable or aversive the consequences are at a given time. Here, we see two clear examples of abolishing operations in action. First, when someone eats a meal, their hunger decreases. Because their hunger is satisfied, their motivation to keep eating goes down. Essentially, the consequence of eating a meal makes the drive to eat less appealing. Similarly, when a person receives attention, it reduces their need to seek more attention. In other words, attention becomes less valuable once it has been given, which lowers the motivation to engage in attention-seeking behaviors. These examples highlight a key idea. Abolishing operations work by decreasing the value of certain consequences, which in turn reduces the motivation to perform related behaviors. This concept is crucial for understanding how behavior changes in response to different environmental factors. Here, we're looking at the key differences between establishing operations and abolishing operations. Establishing operations make a reinforcer or punisher more effective, which means they increase the likelihood that a certain behavior will happen. On the other hand, abolishing operations do the opposite. They decrease the effectiveness of a reinforcer or punisher, leading to a reduction in that behavior. Recognizing these distinctions is really important because it helps us analyze behavior accurately and design interventions that truly work. Motivating operations play a crucial role in behavior modification, acting as key drivers behind why behavior occurs. They help us understand what increases or decreases a person's motivation to engage in certain behaviors. There are two main types. Establishing operations, which boost motivation for positive behaviors by making desired outcomes more valuable, and abolishing operations, which decrease motivation by reducing the appeal of certain consequences, helping to minimize unwanted behaviors. Having a solid understanding of these operations is essential for caregivers, educators, and therapists because it empowers them to effectively manage and shape behavior in a variety of settings. This knowledge allows for more targeted and flexible interventions that can truly make a difference in people's lives. To wrap up, let's revisit what motivating operations, or MOs, really are. They are key concepts in behavior science that directly affect how motivated someone is and how often a behavior occurs. There are two main types: establishing operations, which boost motivation and increase behavior, and abolishing operations, which have the opposite effect. They decrease motivation and reduce the behavior. Understanding these distinctions is crucial because when we apply MOs correctly, it significantly enhances the effectiveness of behavior modification and intervention strategies, leading to better outcomes overall.